Hey, Noah here. Today I want to talk to you about what is stopping us. What is stopping you and I from just going for it, just letting go and just live life to the fullest and just follow our dreams, from following Nike's advice and just do it. Just do it. What is stopping us from doing that? And isn't that fear? Are you afraid of something? When you and I were little, we were afraid of things like lions or monsters under the bed or the dark, right? But now when I talk to people, it seems that there are a lot of things to be afraid of. They usually say stuff like disappointment or being hurt, or we're afraid of failure, to fail, or what other people think of us, right? So the story is a bit changed. Interesting thing is, if you track all those things that you're afraid of down to its very core, you would notice that there are only really two fears. And that is the fear of not being enough and the fear of not being loved. And some people think that sounds corny, like I got things going for me and I got family, I got a girlfriend, a boyfriend, so I'm not afraid of not being enough and loved. I know I got it covered. Well, there's a common word used, thrown around everywhere, and that is stress. You hear people everywhere, coming to me or, in conversations with others, they say, oh, I'm stressed about this, I'm stressed about that, I'm stressed, right? But stress is really a code word for fear. Person comes to me, say I'm stressed, and I say, you're fear. You have fear in your life. And they say, no, it's not about that. I just have all those things to do. And I say, okay, but what if you don't do it? And they say, well, you have certain responsibilities that you need to take care of. And I say, what if you don't? Well, then people will get mad at me. So what if they get mad at you? Well, then they probably start questioning my position. Might even lose my job. So what if you lose your job? Well, then I can't pay my mortgages or my loans, or I can't take care of my family. And what if you can't? You probably would be seen as a failure, and if you're a failure, nobody would want to hang around with you, and you would be alone, and nobody likes a loner, so you wouldn't be loved and all of that, right? So if we track stress down to its very core, it's really about the fear of not being enough, because if we're not enough, we won't be loved. Why do we even have fear? First of all, we have to understand what fear really is. It's a great thing. It's been serving us for all those years. Even since we lived in the caves, we had to protect ourselves from the tigers and animals and all those things, right? So when we saw those scary eyes in the bushes, we were like, I'm afraid, I need to get out of here, or I need to fight, right? So we are born with fear. It's a defense mechanism. But nowadays, we have developed the fear muscle so much. Fear is really a state, but we are going there so often, worrying about the future, worrying about our relations, worrying about our kids. So our fear muscles are just this big, and we go there so often, so it doesn't serve us anymore. Sometimes fear can even become addictive. We use fear. We create fear in order for us, so we don't have to step into the unknown. Right? Because if we step into the unknown, we don't have any control. If we don't have any control, I'm not sure I will be able to deliver on that. And if I'm not able to deliver, I might fail. And if I'm a failure, nobody will like me. And then I won't be loved. So fear. Rah! Fear. What is the solution for fear? What can we do to not be scared? The only cure to fear is massive action. Just do it. Even if it's wrong, if you stay in that place of fear, it will become part of you. It will become part of your story. You will start repeating the story. I'm not doing this because I will get sick. I'm not entering that relationship because I will get hurt. I won't follow my dream because it won't be any money for me. And that will become your story. So what you need to do is divorce that story that you keep on telling. That is what I have to do all day long, because I'm doubting and I'm so scared what I'm doing right now. I'm so scared at times, but I have to remind myself I'm doing this, and life is all about, exploring our potential and living to grow. So we have to divorce that story that tells us that we won't be enough and that we won't be loved. And then we can never go back visiting that story. We just have to move forward and face those things. Because you know what courage is? Courage is having fear but doing it anyway, right? It's not being fearless, it's having fear but doing it anyway. That's courage. Even the best of us has fear, and they need to be reminded of that they are enough and that they are loved. Look at Jesus, for example. Before he started his mission and going on doing miracles and being the miracle maker, you know, what did he need to hear? He needed to hear that, hey, the sky opened up, the dove came down, and God said, this is my son, whom which I am pleased. Even Jesus, you know, the walking on water Jesus needed to hear that. So we need to hear that. So I would like to challenge you to say that to yourself, maybe 3 times a day even. All good things are 3, right? Say that 3 times. I am loved and I am enough. I am loved and I am enough. I am loved and I am enough. And use your body, use your breathing, and use your voice, because then you will believe it. And one other thing, that love that you have is your power. That is the one thing you can give to presidents and farmers, to the poor people and to the rich. Love knows no limits. So use it, use your power. Look at what you've been given on the inside and know that is to be true. You are loved and you are enough, because you've been given those legs, this brain and everything, so you can use it. And the love you have inside is the power that you can use to change other people's lives. How? That's up to you. That is what makes you unique, how you will do that. But you got it. You got it. So I just want to encourage you. You are loved and you are enough, and explore your potential and live to grow.